Bob's your uncle.
Mm.
I never got that saying.
Oh, like the origin?
Yeah, just Bob's your uncle. It's like, I don't understand. What are you trying to tell me? It's so stupid.
Commonly used in Ireland, the United Kingdom, and the Commonwealth countries. Okay, well, this is a weird old quote.
I hate it.
And it means, and there it is, and there you have it. Let's see, hold on. It's not really, yeah. Huh. The origins are uncertain.
As are we about it. It's so dumb.
Oh, okay. So one of the common theories that this guy uh elected or appointed his nephew to be whatever, and then no one cared. It was both surprising and unpopular, and it was like, well, why did you do that? Well, Bob's your uncle, kind of like that, which is really lame and not not great, but
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
right.
Well,
Okay, so there you go. That's your facts and news for the week.
man. All right.
There you go. And we'll start now.
You've debunked it. Yeah, exactly. All right. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, perfect.
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's my uncle. I never asked for it, and he just somehow became my uncle.
Mm-hmm. I have an Uncle Vinny.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that nice. That's better than Bob.
True. All right, start recording.
Okay.
All right. Oh man. 3.
Oh, I
2,
guess it's my cousin Vinny, not. But anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
Just go with my cousin Vinny.
Well,
What's
uncle,
up?
cousin, whatever. He's still my uncle. Actually, I think I do have a cousin Vinny because he named his kid. There you go, Vincent. Vincent. Thank you.
My cousin Uncle Vinny. Welcome to the Final Checkpoint podcast. This is episode 66, where each week we react to the latest video game news and talk about games that we are playing. My name is Joel.
And I'm Ben. How did you make that the intro? How is that going to be the intro?
Hey, be here for the pre-show, everybody.
All right.
You don't have to be. I don't recommend it for that part.
Recommend.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it just for finding
Yeah,
out what we were
that's true.
referencing. But either way, you can listen to this podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and over at anchor.fm and thegamefanatics.com. You can also find this podcast on youtube.com/loadlastcheckpoint and watch live on twitch.tv/loadlastcheckpoint. God, that's a lot of different places to remember.
Sure.
I need, there should just be one link to take you everywhere, wherever you want to go.
I think that was AOL keywords.
Oh,
I mean, kind of.
rest in peace, AOL. Is that still
God,
around?
I wish they were out of business. No,
They're still alive somewhere.
I don't know.
Can we go to AOL.com and search if AOL's alive?
I'm definitely not. You know what? I'll ask Jeeves about it.
All right, perfect. I'm sure he knows.
He knows everything.
What was the other one? Lycos? Lycos with the dog?
That sounds right.
There was Lycos with the dog, and then there was Alta Delta?
Alta Vista?
Alta Vista? Oh, gosh. Yeah, there's some. I think Alta Delta was the liquor store by my parents' house. It was like a drive-through liquor store or some shit.
Yeah, that's the search engine.
It was that. Yeah, it was probably that too. I don't know. No idea.
Those were the weird-ass days. When I remember being a kid in elementary school, and you'd get on the computer, and it would be the shitty Windows 95 computer, and it would, oh, do I go to Google on Netscape Navigator, or do I Google it? Do I search for it on AOL? Like, there was this choice of where do I search from, and it was like, who knows? Where are you gonna go? It was kind of cool.
The Wild West of internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Netscape.
Good old Netscape, our friend, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's
Going strong.
yeah, still out there somewhere, I'm sure. Oh man, what the hell are we talking about?
I don't know. It's a weird energy today.
Really weird. I think I'm just like I'm really laid back. I don't know. It's weird. It's been a weird weekend of like putting up Christmas lights and decorating for Christmas and
Ooh,
feeling really good about that. You know,
that's fun.
it's getting cold. It's supposed to snow this coming week.
Yeah, it got cold here.
Yeah,
Rude.
yeah.
Not nice.
I spent probably a lot less time playing video games this last week than I have in a really long time, just because I haven't been able to find anything like to really capture my attention, as I mentioned last
Yeah.
week and in a recent tweet, that I'm just begging to get addicted to something. And you know, that might come this week with Cyberpunk, but other than that, I just haven't really found anything. And I think that's why I spent so much less time playing and more time just watching people play stuff and like watching more TV and movies.
Mhm.
Really? What about you? What
This
have you been
is
doing?
this is how I felt at the beginning of November because it was between games,
Mm-hmm.
and then as soon as Valhalla got here, and then Yakuza and Immortals especially, I've just been gaming.
You're like swimming
Non
in games right now. Almost
nonstop.
too
Yeah.
too many big games because those are all huge ass games.
It is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Ben, we got a lot of great stuff to talk about. There's some like weird news, which is odd. Like when I looked at the news, like the list of news, I was just like, this is like some of this stuff just sounds kind of crazy to me. I don't know.
Huh.
Like the first item is like a dream come true kind of a thing that we never thought would probably ever happen. And then there's some just weird stuff in here, especially like the last item on our list that I'm just like about time, but also like what the fuck? Like
Sure.
I don't know. But anyways, shall we get started, Ben?
Let's dive into the news
Woo woo woo.
and not reveal any of the secret news at the
Yeah.
end, I guess.
No secret news. Unless you're watching the stream, then you already know what we're going to talk about, but
Oh, shush. Keep
yeah.
the secrets.
Keep the secrets. All right, let's start off with our first news topic. Ben, what's our first news topic of the show?
Oh man. So the Super Nintendo World
What?
in Osaka, Japan is opening on February 1st or 4th. February 1st. February 2021. Which we can talk about, oh, is that too soon and whatever, blah 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 blah. It's Japan and Japan's not letting anyone in anyway, so
Yeah.
so that's an entire separate issue. But this is and you mentioned something we never thought would happen, but it's something that should have happened probably 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
I
right.
love this. As someone who does really enjoy theme parks, I think everyone enjoys theme parks actually. I mean, who's against it?
There's a few. I mean, there's plenty of people that I wouldn't say are against theme parks, but that just don't enjoy them. They don't like walking around. They don't like being around other people. They probably don't enjoy rides, stuff like that. I happen to love theme parks. I love mostly roller coasters, but I think
Right.
more than that now, I think I just like taking my kids to theme parks and having them kind of experience it. So it's
Mhm.
taken kind of a whole different meaning for me. And the thought of a Super Nintendo world is like just incredible to me. Like that is a dream come true because like I've never been a huge Disney fan and I grew up around Disneyland, so like going there never really excited me. But going to like California Adventure to me was like super exciting, especially once they introduced like the Marvel stuff. And
Mhm.
and I was more of like a Knott's Berry Farm kid because I was like, yeah, sure, I like Snoopy more than fucking Mickey because I'm like not into Disney stuff.
Oh, Snoopy sucks.
Eventually I realized, you know, I made a grave mistake in being a bigger fan of the Peanuts gang than Disney because eventually like that's all turned and now I'm like a bigger fan of Disney than I am the fucking Peanuts gang. So, you know,
Naturally.
you know, your tastes change as you get older. Sometimes they get more refined, sometimes they get worse, so, you know, that goes without saying, but yeah, Super Nintendo like the images I've seen of that place, and I mean,
Oh.
it looks almost fake when you look at pictures of it. It looks fucking fake. But
So I went to
incredible.
last year. I went to Universal, Florida, where they have the Harry Potter stuff,
Yeah.
and it's so cool. I mean, it's just it's like being in Harry Potter, and I'm a big Harry Potter fan, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, Harry Potter. But to have it be Mario and Nintendo in general, and to walk around and see the castle and giant statues of Bowser, it, oh my God, I'm so excited to see this. And they're supposed to be putting up a version of this in America Land somewhere.
Eventually. Yeah, eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be, I think there's like a rumored Donkey Kong section that they're gonna add it's just so exciting. I think this is so cool.
Live
About
apes
damn
just walking
time.
around.
We don't need Jaws the shark up for 30 years. I'm sorry, Universal Studios.
Yeah.
We do not need that.
Yeah.
It's cool, but put the shark away. I think they actually did put the shark away, and it's
I
just
think they retired it for Harry Potter World, didn't they?
no, because it's the shark is still kind of there in the water, but there's no ride. I think was what it was. I don't remember what they got rid of because I went there years ago, like 20
Waterworld,
years
probably.
ago.
The Waterworld stage.
There was this really cool one for Earthquake or something, or Twister. It was Twister. And I think they got rid of that and they put the Fast and the Furious one that I went on, which was,
Oh, damn.
which as you do it, you're like, why is this even a thing? And it was like at the end of a day and it was about to start like super raining. So there was no one there. So it's like me and 3 people, basically, like besides my parents I was with. It was pretty cool.
Cool.
I recommend that ride. Anyway, not to talk about the Fast and Furious ride.
I know, because we'll go into it, man. We'll go into it.
And I'll go into Diagon Alley because that's a pretty cool shit. And you can get, the kids can get wands and kind of do this motion activated bullshit at certain spots. And it makes lights and things change. It's definitely for kids, but it's cool to see. And
they did
and
mention
I got a little map.
There's like going to be some AR stuff for the Super Nintendo World, like some of the areas, I think.
I think that was for the Mario Kart ride.
That sounds
so you can like shoot targets and whatever, which is again not a great COVID hat to have, but
right.
That's a whole different conversation. I'm super excited for Nintendo World. I'm super excited to eventually go to Japan in general.
Yeah,
but
that's like my dream destination for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all sounds really cool. I think the one thing, and we probably talked about, I think we talked about this before, is it took like how long it's taken them to really do something like this, and it just feels like Nintendo likes to make money, but only in very specific ways. And I'm kind of surprised we didn't talk about this or like bring it up, and it's probably because we're not super, I guess, involved in or like informed about the fighting game community. But they've recently shut down some online fighting events,
right?
And that's been a huge controversy, I know, in the fighting game community. And I just saw some chatter about it on Twitter. So it's just really weird that like that kind of makes sense that like to me it seems like they're very like protective about their IP, and that's why to me it's like, well, of course it's taken them forever to make something like this, because you know they're like, we're right now it seems like Marvel's putting their name on just about anything to make money, where Nintendo's more like they're a little more reserved, they're a little more protective, but yet they're still the richest company in Japan. Like, it's just crazy. It still makes money, man. People still buy, Zelda Breath of the Wild at $60, even though it's a 2017 launch title.
Can you believe it's been almost 4 years since the Switch came out?
I can't believe it.
That's bonkers. There's all the conversations about like best games of the generation and all that, and the Switch kind of gets split in between them, right?
Yeah.
But then when I think about it, it's 4 years old. It's not part of the PS5 gen. Like, it's definitely part of the last gen. It's 4 years old.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And still no real. I mean, there's always been like rumors about a Switch Pro, but nothing really solid has come out. Not solid enough, I guess, to really like.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not as solid as something else on the news list,
which is angering.
Right. I guess I don't even know what you're talking about because I was making a Solid Snake reference.
What? Did you flip the list again?
No. Let's move on to this is a little bit of a story, and I don't have all the exact details because it's one of those Sony patents that always happen and appear out of nowhere and either become something or never show up again. There was actually a patent for the kind of what became the activity cards on PS5 with the game help and all that.
Yeah.
There was a patent about that years ago. So there is some kind of patent about a PS5 Pro. Well, I mean, that's not what they say it's called, but it was, from my understanding, some kind of way to leverage two GPUs on the same chip for this device.
Interesting.
Which is interesting. Obviously, like SLI and Crossfire on PC was the same idea, which like does not happen anymore. That idea basically just got thrown away probably 5 years ago. And I think a lot of that has to do with just there's so many graphics cards. If you're going to make a singular device with two daisy-chained GPUs, that makes more sense because you know you're programming for that specific situation instead of any possible SLI in the history of mankind. But the fact that there's already this kind of PS5 Pro patent does irk some people. Not that anyone should be surprised, I think, that the PS5 Pro will inevitably happen in probably 3 years, maybe 2 years, probably 3.
Yeah, I feel like with what happened last console generation, it's bound to happen this one. So I don't think it's anything to like be angry about. I think it's just bound to happen. Makes sense.
It makes sense. I think it's cool. Yay. Consoles. Maybe by the time this PS5 Pro comes out, it's hard to say. I'll be able to buy one. Maybe that's when it'll happen.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. They're still sold out everywhere. It's crazy. Like it's
right.
It's still really hard to get one. There's a giveaway right now. Like every time you buy a pack of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you can try to win one through there. And so every time it says instant, you're possibly an instant winner. So every time I put in the code and click the DualSense controller on the web page, it says, "Are you an instant winner?" And every time I click it, I always say out loud, "Nope, I'm an instant loser," and it makes me feel really good.
And then when you win, you'll be happy, but it doesn't happen.
No, that'll never happen.
You should have told me that because I went to the store yesterday. I could have bought me some Capricorn.
Oh yeah. It's whatever family Cinnamon Toast Crunch is in. So if it's in that same family, I think
I have no idea.
It'll say it on the box.
I'm not a cereal person.
Oh, I don't need any of it. I just open the box and get the
That's
code.
fair.
Yeah.
What's Golden Graham? I really like Golden Graham. Is that still a cereal?
I think it is. I don't know. I haven't been inside of a grocery store in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we just pick it up. Anyways.
I go to the one I used to work at years ago. Like it's not that many years ago. So I know where it is, and I go. There's no one there, and I know exactly where all of them leave.
Oh dang. Yeah.
Yeah. Got pro strats over here.
You're speed running grocery shopping.
Oh yeah. I see people I used to work with, and they're like, Ben's trying to sneak out. I'm like, yep, bye.
He's shoplifting again. Just kidding.
Oh, they wouldn't fucking know. So many things get. Oh my god.
Wow.
Anyway, the P5, I think it can't or steal.
Yeah.
Moving on to more important news, I think. The biggest news of the week, is the BioWare slow death spiral continues spiraling.
Oof.
So Casey Hudson and Mark Dara is what I'm going to say. You agree with that?
Yeah. Sounds
Mark
pretty
Dara? I mean, I'm sorry, Mark. It's a college try.
No one said your name out loud recently that I've listened to, so I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry.
Casey Hudson's real easy to say. That's your mistake. That's your first mistake, Mark.
It's actually Hoodson.
There was a thing going around about Brendan Fraser where it's actually like Brendan Fraser or something else. I don't know, but it was something else, and it was him saying it.
He needs to stop. He can't do that to us now.
No, it's like 20 years too late for that.
It's too late for you, sir.
Like, dude, that was like on Mummy 2. You should have been saying this shit.
Yeah, you should have stopped us at Encino Man, sir. It's too late for you.
Too late. Not one of those times you popped up on Scrubs. You could have said this.
Yeah, you should have told us. It's too late now.
Okay, so Casey Hudson and Mark Dara have suddenly departed BioWare. Casey Hudson, I believe, he left in 2014 and came back in 2017. I
I
might
think,
be off by a
yeah,
year or two.
I think he came back with a promotion, didn't he? He came back and like took over the studio.
Or at least one of them, because there's like 3
Yeah,
BioWares.
yeah,
Um, I believe you're right. And so he oversaw Anthem, basically, and this Mass Effect remake, or whatever it is, the trilogy thing that's coming out next year.
yeah. The Legendary Edition.
Yes, and then I think he also was the one who made the N7-day post on the website
Hmm.
of like, things are going great, and we're making a new Mass Effect, and da 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 da. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
So this is a very surprising departure for him and for Mark, who has been there for a long time,
Yeah.
and was in charge of Dragon Age 4 specifically to keep it relevant to current BioWare events. I don't know, and I understand, like, there has been some sentiment of these are only 2 people. They're not. It's not the lifeblood of the studio. It's like, yeah, sure, but they're big parts of the studio, and they're leaving, and they're not leaving because they're like, wow, that place sure is great. Love it there. Can't wait to leave. But like,
Yeah.
I don't think this is great, and it's Mass Effect and BioWare in general, I guess, have not had a good, what, 9 years? When did, like, I guess 7 years. They
Yeah.
haven't had a great game that everyone rallies behind. I guess, Inquisition, Dragon Age Inquisition did well. I know you don't like it as much, but still, it
Yeah.
was very well received.
So
But
I
that's a long time.
I think with Casey Hudson leaving specifically, I think it brings back a lot of memories of like Mass Effect Andromeda and
Yep.
Anthem. And so I think
Double
people
yep.
maybe like have those feelings again with him leaving, like, oh great, here we go again, we're gonna get these games. I think for me Dragon Age Inquisition was a fine game, but like I'm going back and replaying it because I never finished it. I stopped at a certain point. I'm gonna give it another shot because I think I had a talk with one of my friends last night about it, and I'm just like, okay, I need to maybe revisit this game and really see, because my feelings on Dragon Age right now are, I like the first one. The second one to me sucked, even though yes, it has a great Metacritic score. To me, that doesn't matter. To me, it just wasn't great.
That's fine.
And Inquisition, I know it got Game of the Year the year it came out, and I get it's got like this, cult following, but like to me, it also didn't feel great. So I'm gonna go back and play it and really give it a shot and see how I feel about it. And maybe it'll give me more excitement for Dragon Age 4 then. So I guess maybe what what they're saying is right. Like, yeah, it's 2 people leaving the studio, and maybe because Casey Hudson has kind of been in and out of that studio, maybe his heart isn't behind this project, so maybe it is good for him to go. Obviously, like, he wants to do something else, or else he wouldn't have left maybe the first time, and maybe is now leaving to go pursue that. Mark Dara, or Dara, or I don't know how to say his name. I apologize,
I like Dara.
Dara. We'll put some respect on his name when I hear it, I swear. When I hear it audibly from someone that knows how to say it.
Should I Google it?
Yeah.
I should ask Jeeves. Let me ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. It could be the same thing for him. He's been there for a long time with Dragon Age, and maybe it's at a point now where it's like, I've got enough people that know the vision for this game, and I think I'm just ready to move on. It could be time for that. The thing that I know for sure is definitely like looking pretty grim is Anthem 2.0, the whole reboot thing with Anthem that's been going on in the background. I mean, he was also kind of I think the person that was working or in charge of that project is now in charge of Dragon Age. Or was it? I think he's now in charge of the Mass Effect project.
Well, the new one?
I believe so, yeah. I had just read it, so let me go back.
Google says Dara.
Dara? Okay, yeah. Where was I reading this?
I don't know. I was trying to look up Dara. I wasn't paying attention.
I was reading it on Forbes. Paul Tassi had written about it, the news. And so Christian Daly is now in charge of the Dragon Age game. He was um, he was in charge of the ongoing effort to reboot Anthem. So
Oh, that's right. Anthem's here too.
yeah, and Paul Tassi had mentioned that he thinks most likely that Anthem 2.0 is probably going to be dead at a certain point. Like they're probably putting full effort into Dragon Age 4.
Well, they had that post what, a month or two ago about Anthem 2.0 with the new UI and all this shit.
Yeah,
I don't know why they didn't just cut and run. That's dead on the vine. But it was one of the best selling games of that year, which is strange.
I think you just make that game free to play, and you still go with the changes that you're making, but you make it free to play. You get people in it, and if it's good enough for the reboot to really matter and the changes, then it'll stand on its own 2 feet with a small dedicated player base, and maybe it makes some money on the back end with some microtransactions because they do have a premium store. And you see how it goes, because at this point nobody's gonna go out and buy the game.
No.
You got people on Game Pass that might check it out. You got people that might do EA Play if they already have it. Maybe they'll check it out. Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
But like unless you're like me who already owns the game, like I don't plan on downloading it and checking it out again, because I'm like already moving on to other games that I would rather play that are games as a service.
Well, at this point, it's 2 years old, almost 2 years old.
Yeah.
What, like, I don't know. You're not No Man's Sky. You're not a game that people play, like that some people played and really enjoyed and some people didn't. You're a game that everyone was like, nah. Like,
yeah.
No one like there's no Anthem stan out there.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be different if Destiny 2 continued to suck, but Destiny 2 is now at an all-time high, and
right.
Like that was your chance. There's no way. There's no way.
It's bizarre. I don't know what they're doing. I think a lot of this has to do, not even really with BioWare, but with EA.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And EA likes. I think there was some comment of like, well, we let the studios do whatever they want. Oh yeah, that was back when Respawn. There was a thing from Respawn saying, "Oh, we wanted Titanfall 2 to come out when it did." And I looked at that like, well, then EA should have told you no. Like, that's stupid.
True.
Since they, like, we always blamed EA, like, oh, they intentionally did this, and they fucked over Titanfall 2, putting it between COD and Battlefield. But they let their own studio do that, which is even worse.
That might have been an even worse decision than them deciding to put it out at that time.
Right? Like, at least if they decided to do it, you'd be like, all right, well, they made a bad call. Like, no, they didn't. Yeah. It's like your kids walking into the street and you're like, you want to walk into that street?
Yeah.
You get run over. They'll do what you want. Decision.
Yeah.
What? It's your choice.
What a stupid thing for them to say.
Oh my God, it was so bad. So I think very clearly there's something going on at EA where either they just let studios do whatever the fuck they want, or they're also too micromanagey, because no one should have released Anthem when they did. Everyone knew that. No one should have released Andromeda when they did. That needed another 6 months, if not a little more, to like, whether it's BioWare or EA, they consistently make bad calls with specifically BioWare decision. It's crazy. And
I think their problem is FIFA makes too much money for them, so they feel safe to make shitty decisions.
Yeah, but if you kill off all your non-sports franchises, then what do you have? And at what point does the government step in and say you can't do this ultimate team bullshit anymore?
I don't know.
Because they already did in Europe, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So, like, that gravy train, you can keep riding the train, but you got to realize there's going to be no tracks at a certain point. And you need the other stuff that you killed to leverage you through that hard time and not cancel every fucking Star Wars game you had.
Well, they got out a couple, so I think they're sitting pretty good now.
They got out 3 in like 7 years.
Yeah. But I mean, Squadron I think was okay for the people that like it.
Oh, I guess that's 4. Okay, sure.
Yeah, and then what was it? Fallen Order was pretty good.
Yeah.
In a year that wasn't great, it was pretty good.
It was good. It was good.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah. It was not snubbed. It was just fine.
Yeah, it was definitely not snubs. It just
it should have been Game of the Year. No.
No.
It's really good, but no.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with BioWare. I do think if anyone was holding on to that idea of old BioWare coming back, I don't know about that, guys. I think that's long gone.
Yeah. It the old BioWare died on that suicide mission in Mass Effect 2.
That's almost, yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah, one of the Reapers got it.
One of the Reapers you made the wrong choice.
Yeah, you made the wrong choice as male shepherd. That was the problem.
That was it.
You
Fucked
should have
up.
played as fem shep. That was your bad.
That's on you, guys.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the next
Yes,
news item.
the next news story is particularly interesting for you.
For me.
We got a leaked trailer for Persona 5 Scrambell.
Yeah.
If they can make it Royale, I'm going to make it Scrambell.
Scrambell Royale.
So I guess it was supposed to be revealed next week.
Yeah.
But whatever. This trailer popped out. So for PS4, Switch, and Steam, very excited. Steam, thank you.
Yeah.
For a February 2021 release. This is like over a year since it came out in Japan, but whatever. And this is the Musou. If anyone's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's so is it Persona 5 Scramble? Is it Strikers or am I thinking of a different one?
No, that is it. But I think the name is Persona 5 Scramble in the West, but it was like
Persona 5
Scramble the Phantom Strikers or something in
God,
Japan.
It was something stupid. Okay.
Yeah, something dumb.
Something awful.
They're both dumb, to be honest with you, but
yeah, Persona 5 Scramble makes it sound like it's gonna be like some sort of puzzle game, like a match 3 game.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Which actually sounds pretty cool too.
That'd be cool.
Put it on mobile.
Put it on mobile.
No, you did miss the BioWare talk.
Oh,
just missed it. Now we're poo-pooing on Persona 5.
Are we? Are you not excited about this game? It's a continuation of the story.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like, my hype levels for Persona have died down a lot.
Yeah.
I think the soundtrack is still my favorite thing about it, probably. But I don't know. I still love the game, but I think for me, Persona 4 Golden still is the characters
better.
From that are still I still hold to a higher like tier, and I'm more attached to those characters than I am to Persona 5. Even though I think because it's more recent and it's got that recency bias, I think that's why people played it on PS4. Nobody bought the Vita, and not enough people bought the Vita. So I was hoping like more people would go back and play Persona 4 Golden on Steam, and we'd see that wave of love for Persona 4 come back for those characters, because I still think overall it's a better set of protagonists. But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's the Musous are okay. I think for like the Zelda one, it looked really cool, and I still didn't end up getting it. So it's just
they've done a really good job with Hyrule Warriors, and Fire Emblem Warriors, adapting these properties to the formula. Still that combat where it's just monsters everywhere you're fighting constantly.
Yeah.
But it adapts the abilities and the style of what it is. I think with Persona in particular, you're gonna have that dripping with style and the music and the characters and the story, and it'll fit into that. Although I don't know how they exactly do that with Persona, since I got like 20 hours in and stopped, so I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine they'll probably do
that.
it with like more open, like probably the dungeons, but or the palaces in a more open format. Probably, I don't know. I'm interested to see how it works. I might have to check it out.
I think you're gonna.
I think I'm gonna.
I feel like you will.
Don't say it. All right.
I'm trying to figure out why my internet's cutting out a little bit.
Yeah.
Thanks, internet.
You recovered. It's okay. You recovered.
Okay, we're good now.
Editing will take care of that. Don't you worry.
Well, yeah, because I'm recording locally.
I know. That's why. All right.
Solved that problem.
Exactly. I've been thinking too recently if I wanted to go back and check out Persona 5 the Royale or whatever the hell it's called, because I don't know. I'm like, my interest is kind of peaked, but like I don't have another 150 hours of my life to dedicate
That's the problem,
to a game like
man.
that. Yeah. So
I do want to play it. It's one of those games like Infamous where I'm gonna play it just to be like, I did it. Now shut the fuck up about it.
yeah.
But I do want to play it, and I would like to wait for a PC port, but I don't. Who knows if that'll ever happen at this point?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Cool.
Another thing that we'll see about is PAX released their schedule for 2021. I don't have the full schedule up here because I kind of don't see that as relevant. I don't know how realistic it is to be expecting 30,000 people to gather in a very tiny room.
That sounds like a bad
6
idea.
months. Yeah, it seems
That
like
just
a
sounds
bad
like
idea.
a bad idea. But where
And
when is it supposed to happen?
so the one that would be PAX East would be the first week of June, I believe. So like June 3rd through the whatever, something like that.
Okay.
And the big thing with that is that's E3. Like that's either the week of or the week before E3. I think the week before.
Oh.
And it's
Oh.
kind of PAX just putting their foot in the sand. And we're doing it. This is it.
Well.
E3, who cares?
Yeah.
And I think that's exciting to see because E3 really needed to make a change. And E3 got kind of screwed over this year when they were going to make a change. And I don't know what they're going to come back with. And can they even come back with, oh, it's in LA and it's in June, right after PAX? I wonder how that's going to work. Although, counterpoint, PAX East has historically also been like a week or two before GDC. So I guess it doesn't matter that much. And it's not the same.
Mm.
But it
yeah,
is.
I mean, they're different types of shows, but it's still
Exactly.
like I don't know.
It does
That's
seem like
interesting.
them muscling in and be like, no, we're going to be the June show.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's hard to tell what the world's gonna be like by then because it's only like right now it's only getting worse for like COVID and everything.
Yay, we're number one.
We're the
number
best
one.
at being the worst.
Well, that's not news for 2020 though.
No, it's definitely not in general. But it's hard to imagine these conventions really just even happening.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's gonna be digital, and you know how that went this last summer. It just all blended together and was almost not even exciting for any real reason.
Right, because they had PAX for like a week and a half or something. I just saw like 2 things from it. Could not care less. I think it does need to be the event.
Yeah.
It does need the people, the media people going to these things and coming back on podcasts. And then for the next 2 weeks, it's like, oh yeah, I played the PAX. That was really cool. Da, 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 da. Instead of this just deluge of nonsense everywhere. It's too much to parse.
Yeah. Get everybody hazmat suits and get them all to like some secluded island and then media passes. And then
it's
boom.
the Among Us fan convention, basically.
Perfect.
I'm down with that. I'm excited for people to go to conventions as Among Us characters. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
They also look like, remember those old Pentium Intel ads with the spacemen?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. That just jogged that in my memory. Wow.
There was like, we were looking at stockings on like Etsy for the kids, and they have like Among Us stockings. We decided not to get them, but
did they open up like at the neck?
That would be cool. That would be cool. No, I think they do have a flap on the front, so you can kind of open it. It has like the teeth and everything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there are some pretty cool ones on there. Definitely not official, Among Us.
I was gonna say, yeah,
branded, but
womp womp.
There's some pretty cool ones out there. Cool. Well, we'll see what happens with PAX. Let's move on to last but not least item. Blowing right through these, man. Wow.
We got to get through them because we can't have 17-hour shows every fucking week.
I know, right?
I got to get back to playing video games.
I know.
The final news story is a bit of a surprise, even though we kind of knew. There's been rumblings of a Metal Gear Solid movie for years, I feel like. And what's his name? Jordan Voight. I can't say anyone's name this episode.
John Voight?
No, Jordan Voight Roberts. Or I can't say
I don't know
names.
you're speaking some weird language.
I'm trying to summon a demon and it's not working.
Jordan.
No, Joe.
What the fuck?
What
are you saying?
Help me.
Okay, wait. Metal Gear Solid.
There you go. You do it. You do it.
Movie. Is he the director?
Director.
Director. Okay, I can't spell director, so we're just gonna put dictator.
Oh my god. falling apart.
Jordan Vaught Roberts.
No, it's Voight. It's Vaught.
Okay.
Is it Vaught? I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
say
You know
it.
what?
I'm gonna say it. What is it? Phonetically.
Phonetically.
Jordan Vogt Roberts.
That's not what phonetic means.
It's Vogt.
Okay, that's a slur. Anyway, Jordan.
That's not a slur.
Everyone gets a first name this episode.
Okay.
We
Well-
have official casting for Oster. Oh, damn it!
He
All the
directed.
names are
He
hard.
directed Kong Skull Island, right?
Which was good. That was good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Oscar Isaac, and that's the last time I'll say anyone's name this episode, as Solid Snake is an official casting, and this is exciting because Metal Gear is already a movie, and that's gonna be so cool to see. I'm very excited for Metal Gear. There, no more names.
He also directed Destiny 2: New Legends Will Rise live-action trailer in 2017.
Who the fuck cares about that?
Gamers will.
Did you watch that?
I'm sure I've seen it. I just don't recall which actual trailer that was.
Wow, it really made an impression on you. He did something else too.
There's so many Destiny 2 things. It was when they were trying to like revive it. So who knows?
He's a
Maybe
gamey man.
well, gosh, one would hope, right?
He's a big gamey gamer.
Did you see? I can't believe we didn't even mention this, but they pulled the Monster Hunter movie after I think a day of being in theaters in China because of the slurs that they had in one of the scenes.
What? What slurs?
It was like Chinese slurs, and so they
What?
pulled it in China after one day. I didn't
What?
even watch the
What?
scene, but I saw it on Twitter, and I was just like, "That's crazy! Like, how does someone not screen this and like mention it?"
What?
It's gone.
Oh, we're said to be a racial slur.
Yeah.
What?
Like,
I'm not gonna say anyone's name in this article.
right. So what's crazy about, to me, when you're making a movie like Monster Hunter, like Transformers, I think, especially directors and writers, they need to remember that these movies do not make money in the United States. Those movies make their money overseas. And like, how do you not cater to that audience more when it comes to like making sure that you're not writing insensitive material when that's your audience there for the most part when it comes to those shitty action movies.
Right.
And it's just it just blows my mind that they wouldn't screen that and like not notice something like that. But maybe they did and they just had shitty localization. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna look into this later because
that blows my
this is bonkers.
That I really want to see that movie.
I'll watch it. Yeah, sure.
I want to see it.
I'm sure it's terrible.
I actually just re-downloaded Monster Hunter onto my
You're a mess.
PS4 because I am a mess.
You're a mess. That needs, if anything needs crossplay, it's that game.
Exactly. Ben,
Oh my.
let's move on
What?
to games we
Oh, we
played.
didn't even talk about Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Okay,
I'm really excited about this because I want them to and it looks like they're remaking the first game, or Solid, not the old one. But that's super exciting. They've been showing kind of concept art that's really cool. I'm very into this. I think it would work perfectly as a movie. It basically is a movie, and they can do this all justice. We don't need Snake dropping ketchup and lying on the floor. That's cute. But we don't really need that. We also don't need, like, people like to mention Psycho Mantis and all that with the I'm reading your control. I don't think we necessarily need that in a movie. Like, that's really cool as a game, but as a movie, that's stupid. Although it could be interesting if they referenced something that was clearly out of time and that would have no reason for him to know. That'd be kind of cool,
God.
but I don't.
What if it's
I
some
don't know what
corny
you
ass
do.
line? That'd be
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. But there's so many awesome moments like Gray Fox and like the bloody hallway turning invisible. It's really cool. I'm excited to see it, even if it's bad. I liked all the Resident Evil movies, so I'm the audience for this. Idiot is the audience. Big dummy.
Aw,
So.
bummer. All right. Well, we'll see. I'd be excited to watch this too. I mean, I haven't experienced enough Metal Gear in my life, so I owe it some of my time, I guess.
You do.
Definitely do.
I wonder if they'll put any racial slurs in it like they did with Monster
Gosh,
Hunter.
I hope not.
Yeah, it seems like a bad call.
Yeah, it'd be a bad idea for them.
I want to look this up. I'm so interested.
I didn't watch the scene, but I saw it on Twitter the day it happened, and I was like, "Why? What is going on over there?"
I didn't even hear about that.
Oh gosh.
That's okay. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on to games that we played. I don't really have anything new,
Okay.
or much substance. I did start. I have been just playing a lot of Animal Crossing, New Horizons, kind of daily.
How's the Christmas going?
So I think so every day there's a new toy in the seasonal section in Nook's Cranny. So I've just been buying them every day, and you can like give them as gifts. So I've just been kind of saving them up. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I've been slowly just kind of like moving my neighbors around and kind of giving them each their own like themed yard. I just started adding kind of like a boardwalk section. So I'm actually like I'm getting ideas from like the Reddit, or from Animal Crossing's Reddit, and really just trying to look for like interesting things to do, because I'm like, I have such an empty space because there just used to be a lot of fucking trees everywhere. And I'm just like, I cleared all that out. I organized my little orchard, and now I'm just like, now I have all this space. One of my like first villagers that I had finally left. Finally, I ignored her for 4 months straight. And I don't know, it could have been that maybe one of my kids talked to the neighbor, but they haven't played in a while. So I was like, why hasn't she gone? And then she finally had the little bubble after constantly rejecting any of her sales that she'd try to like sell me items. And I'm like, no.
Huh.
I would like reject her price. And then she finally just left. She's gone.
Good riddance.
Hoping to get someone interesting in her spot. And, but it's nice because it's snowing all the time. And at night when it's snowing, and then you go to like my yard area, I got these long stemmed mushrooms around my yard that are different lights. They're like neon green, neon blue, neon yellow. So they look pretty cool. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it for Animal Crossing. I've just been kind of collecting as many items as I can and trying to get recipes I don't have, but it's got some like, I don't know, there's still something missing, and that's what I hate, is like there's still just not enough to do. And I even then, like, I don't have enough items or like recipes to craft stuff that to like theme out my my villagers' yards. Like I feel like I just need more stuff. Which sounds crazy, but like I just need more items. There's just not enough. There's no ways to like it'd be cool if you could do other things to get different recipes other than just like waiting for the stupid pelican to show up on your, or not pelican, whatever he is, to show up on your beach, and then maybe he sends you something, or wait for the ghost guy and you capture his little spirit shards, and then he gives you a chance to get a recipe. Like there's just not enough like tasks to do to get a recipe that you're missing.
It's a weird game because it brings out the collector in everyone, but it also makes collecting extremely slow.
It definitely does. Like I think there's some games that really balance out that option. Like if you are a collector, there's plenty here to do. If you're someone that is casually playing it, here and there, there's plenty for you to do still, but also you don't have to do it. And this game just doesn't have that balance for like that person that wants to play it every day. I don't think it has that balance for that person. So.
Yeah, I haven't checked out any of the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will. It's just kind of annoying, and I dread the minute-long load time when the day changes over.
Oh yeah.
When I start it back up, like It's just fucking obnoxious. Like, could you be doing? What are you possibly doing?
They got to rebuild the whole island, man. Come on.
Make it smaller then, because I'm tired of it. It's one time I swear I turned on my Switch to play Animal Crossing, and it was like 5 minutes.
Dude, it can be kind of long. It's true. It can be kind of long.
I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, it's got its moments where I'm like entertained by it, but then there are times where I'm just like okay, I played it for like 5 minutes and I'm bored.
Right. And I also feel like, well, I don't want to quit out of it on my Switch to play something else because it'll take forever to get back into it.
Right.
And that's
Right.
also why I don't start it because it's going to take forever to get into it. Yeah, it's a whole
It's
thing.
terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible game, garbage.
Terrible. Not game of the year. Shouldn't be on the list.
I definitely don't think it should be on the list. Too much shit. I do love how it was on like best online game at the
Oh
Game Awards.
god. Oh
Like
my gosh. Get
it's
out
the
of here with
worst
that.
online.
Get out of here with that. Oh gosh.
Like it wasn't a list of games that have online. It was best online. Come on,
That's
guys.
so dumb.
The
There should
worst.
be no Nintendo game on the online anywhere near an online list.
No, not even on the next category down. Too close. Awful.
Anyways, I'll let you have a go.
Okay, well, I tweeted this out also, hopelessly addicted to Immortals Fenyx Rising. Very much in a similar vein to Breath of the Wild. I know it's not the same, it's the same, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's similar enough, and it has that same feeling of exploration and getting the next thingamajig, doing the vaults, which are the shrines. And I really, really like it a lot. I think the progression system is so much fun. It gives reason to fight enemies, and even after I've upgraded all my weapons to the max, but then it unlocks another thing. Like it does it with the health and the stamina too, where as soon as you have max health or max stamina, you can collect more of that material and upgrade further. So the health one, instead of getting more health, I get plus 3% defense.
Oh dang.
Yeah, so then I can keep collecting and going that way. And the stamina one is 3% stamina depletion rate. Like it's just 3% slower for each upgrade after that. That's really cool. So same with the weapons, where I've upgraded all the weapons to max. I can now spend more points and make them. I don't remember. I just got that, so I don't remember what it is. But almost everything has a little upgrade like that, so you can keep playing it. And you don't need to 100% the game to get max health or max stamina or max equipment. But if you want to, you're still going to be getting materials that help you further in the game. And I think that's really cool.
I did see your achievement pop for max health.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Where'd you see that?
I was downloading Dragon Quest 12 or whatever.
11,
or Dragon Quest 11. I don't know why I always get that one mixed up. And the dashboard just shows it on the feed. It showed right there.
Oh, really? That's funny.
On the PC.
Yeah, I got that. It's like 0.05% of players because no one else has played this game as much as since I had it early.
You know, I've been like, because when we were talking about it last week, I was like, oh, like Ben really likes that game. And then as the week went on Twitter, I just suddenly saw this like, I wouldn't say like massive, not turnaround, but like it just felt like I started seeing a flood of people start talking about how much they like the game.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing people say how much more they like it over Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I was just like, what's happening?
Dude, that's the tough thing for me is I love Valhalla, but I didn't get hopelessly addicted to it. I mean, I sat there and I played a lot of it, sure. But this is like, and part of it is I want to finish this and be done with it before Cyberpunk, so I have a deadline.
Yeah.
But also, it's just a joy to sit there and play it for 3 hours and go like, that was great. Okay, Nick, I'll see you tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
It's so fun in kind of the quests and things it gives you, like the tasks, I guess I should say. There's also this board of like combat challenges and then exploration challenges, and they're just checklists, and you'll unlock one and get the next one and go do it. And there's so many different tasks to do, and I feel like it might have lost some of the Breath of the Wild mystery of like, ooh, what's that around the corner? And you go and you explore for 3 hours and you really didn't accomplish anything, but you had a great time. It loses that, but it replaces it with really good combat and really good puzzles. And I look at stuff on the map, and unlike in Breath of the Wild, I bring this up every time because Breath of the Wild has shitty treasure. It's awful. They ruined treasure in that game. Where Breath of the Wild, I see an enemy encampment and they're guarding a treasure chest, right?
Yeah.
And I know after playing the game for 40 hours, in that treasure chest is going to be money, which has like no use in that game, or it's going to be bomb arrows, of which I have like 50. I don't need 3 more. Uh, or it's going to be normal arrows, or it's going to be like a gemstone of some kind, which I also don't necessarily need. So why would I fight these guys? I don't get experience points for fighting them. I break weapons fighting them also.
Yeah.
It's like there's no positive for me going after this treasure chest. Whereas in Immortals, that same situation where it is an encampment and a locked treasure chest. I go over to them, I fight them, I get gems to upgrade my weapons, which again, as I said, even after they're maxed out, you can just keep pumping more gems into it, which is really cool. I love that system. It's almost like a Destiny light level type of thing where you level up to a certain point and then you have like this top layer on top of it, like an end game layer. Kind of.
Yeah.
It's a similar idea. But so I fight them. I get all that stuff. My weapons don't break. The combat is fast and fun, like a Bayonetta Devil May Cry light, right? But very flashy. A lot of combos, a lot of dodging. Now there's these enemies in the air, and I'm like zipping around between them because you can grab them and pull you to them. And I'm just in the air, like pulling to one, hitting him, pull to the other one, hit him, pull back to the first one, hit him. I'm just air juggling myself as I kill them. It's really cool. It's ridiculous. You start out so underpowered, and by the end of it, you're just this god beast. But the combat it doesn't become super easy. They kind of scale everything. So you still have to pay attention. Not that you're gonna die a lot. It's just you have to pay attention. Otherwise, it's gonna be annoying for you to fight. Anyway, I do the encampment. In the treasure chest is gonna be some gems, which again, cool, whatever. More often than not, in these, I'm gonna get a cosmetic for one of my pieces of equipment, which is really cool because I can just swap it out. Like, ooh, that's like neat. Let me get that. So everything is rewarding. Every single thing in this game is a reward. There's no like, oh, I wasted that weapon, or well, that was a waste of time. It was just 10 arrows. Like, who the fuck cares? I don't need 10 arrows. Or I don't need another opal. I don't need that. Or 50 rupees. I don't need that. So everything has value. And even beyond that, there's other treasure chests. And why I love going to get them in Immortals is there's a puzzle. More often than not, there is a puzzle or some kind of thing I have to figure out. Like, how do I get in there? Where is this treasure chest? I have it on the map, but maybe it's on the side of the mountain. And I go on the side of the mountain. Okay, it is here, but there's a pressure plate right in front of it. And I look around. I go, what can I use on this pressure plate? And I have to find the thing that is like hidden in the environment. Like, oh, there it is. There's the thing I need to do. And then I could throw that in here. Just normal treasure chests will have entire puzzles. I did this one yesterday, which was this elaborate thing where I had to drag these fiery pieces of coal through a maze. And it was just a random treasure chest on the map that I walked into and had to light this forge and do this whole thing. It was a super involved puzzle.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere. There's just puzzles everywhere like that. It's so fun. I really love the puzzles. I love the vaults. I mentioned last week with because you're saving 4 gods on each of the quadrants of the map, and I've saved all but one. I'm at the very end of the last one, so I'm near the end of the game more or less. But
Like
I
the
still have,
story, kind of.
yeah, there's still other stuff to do. But those dungeons for each of these people are more involved and have like several puzzles, and it just feels like if Zelda had linear dungeons. That's all they feel like is just long linear dungeons, and they're so much better than the shrines in Breath of the Wild, particularly because in Breath of the Wild, that shrine could be 2 seconds long. It's not really worth it, or it's another combat one. Like, there's combat ones in this game, but I feel like again, there's rewards. I
Yeah.
get something out of it. It's not just a random thing I don't need. I really have liked the game a lot, and I do think about that Assassin's Creed Valhalla question, where I played like 30 hours of Valhalla, maybe. Sounds about right. So I
Yeah.
played more of Immortals now. Um, I played 41 hours of Immortals, just too much.
It feels like to me, even though the Valhalla might be not just maybe just not as bloated as like Odyssey was. It just feels
Right.
like to me there's just still maybe parts of an Assassin's Creed formula or a Ubisoft formula that just maybe don't do it for me, but this sounds like kind of like a better formula for an open world game than what Ubisoft has been doing with Assassin's Creed.
I think you're right. Immortals does it just kind of lets you loose
Yeah.
again, like Breath of the Wild, and you can kind of do whatever
Get
you
out
want.
there. Yeah.
And Valhalla does too. It's still gated by area, um, with levels and stuff like that. But there's large areas for you to explore. It's not like, oh, I can't go anywhere. But it's so much more story focused, and I really liked the story.
Yeah.
But I think having that freedom and that combat is so much faster and more involved in Immortals. It is a more combat focused game, whereas in Valhalla, it's fun. The combat's fun, but it's kind of dumb. Like a lot of the enemies just die in 2 hits because they're just fodder, and you're
Yeah.
chopping off limbs and stuff. It's cool, but there's a lot of limbs. I've stabbed off a guy's head, which doesn't even make sense. I don't know. I want to go back and play it a little bit just to kind of think about it. But Immortals has that itch that only Breath of the Wild could scratch. And I think that's a very unique thing. I want to go back and play Breath of the Wild. I've wanted to for a while now. And I wonder if I will and see, like, oh, no, this is better or whatever, like that. Because I do think there are elements that it doesn't do as well. But having this smaller world, Breath of the Wild is a game that I played for 120 hours to do all the shrines. And explore most of the map, right?
Yeah.
Or like all the map. But that's not like that's a lot of time. And the last 60 hours was like me ignoring every combat encounter, just exploring, just doing the shrines. And I had a good time doing it. But this game being so much smaller, I feel like you could 100% this game in like 50 hours probably.
That's not bad.
No,
That's
it's not
pretty
bad. Like 100%
Yeah.
do everything. I'm doing almost every single thing I see along the way and having a blast because I love the puzzles, right? And I'm gonna be done, and that's gonna be it. And yeah, is the combat becoming a little rote at this point, 40 hours in? Yeah, it is. But I'm near the end. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it kind of feels like it's played its course. It's done. All the metaphors are dead today. None of these make any sense.
No.
But it's wrapping up in a natural spot for itself.
That's
Whereas
good.
Breath of the Wild just continued forever.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that's good.
So yeah, I really like it. I'm probably going to do the vast majority of it today. Finish the vast majority of the rest of it. I'm considering the platinum. Well, I got an Xbox, but
yeah,
there's only one that I'm like, I don't know how to really do this because you have to those mounts you can tame, and I like never see them in the world. They either look like enemies or I don't see them at all, and they're hard to find. But I also found a puzzle that our treasure chest that only unlocks when you find a bunch of horses, I think, because there's like glowing horses on the thing. And I might have to do it, but that's the only one. That's the only one. Everything else I can do, and I already have done so much of this stupid game. It is funny too. One of my big complaints is I don't see a way to put everything on the map. Like at the end game, just reveal everything else and I'll go gather it. I don't see an option for that. And if there isn't, that's going to be disappointing because I would like to just clean up. Because how things get marked on the map are like you look around with God's sight or something as binoculars, and you find the stuff and just mark it.
Yeah.
But if you don't find it, it's not on your map unless it's a treasure chest and you're close enough. So you can miss a fair amount of things, and that's a negative. I want to find everything. I want that to be in there. Maybe there are difficulty options for exploration. So maybe if I just turn it to like super easy, it'll tell me where everything is. But we'll see. I really love the game. I'm just continually surprised at how much fun it is. It's just comfort food. It is that slice of pizza that doesn't give you heartburn. You eat for like 2 days. It's so great.
Nice. All right.
So great.
Good to hear.
Loving it.
Good to hear.
Tell me about those Fortnits.
Those Fortnits. I've been playing a lot of Fork Knife.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot. I played, a couple matches here and there. Yeah. So I bought the Battle Pass because of the Mandalorian, and I continue to be rewarded with pieces of his armor as I go through the battle pass, and I got like you get like neat little things. Like there's a loading screen that is a picture of him. Like it's like a really cool kind of like digital painting of him with Baby
All
Yoda
right.
on his back. That's pretty cool. Once you get to level 100 on the battle pass, you get Baby Yoda as like a backpack. And
Oh,
so
sure. I'll do that
so
right away.
so
Yeah.
fucking shit, dude. Like I need to get to that point. So I don't know. It's gonna be really hard to get there, but
That's
um,
cool, but
it
also that's a lot.
that's a lot. It's so they've changed Fortnite a lot. For anybody that's played Fortnite when it first came out, like when they relaunched, I guess when they did like their 1.0 official relaunch when it came out of beta.
The black hole.
Yeah. So when the black hole thing and they relaunched it essentially. So they did this thing where you level up throughout the matches. There's NPCs on the map, so you actually can do quests for them as you're going through the match, which is interesting because you can put out a bounty on somebody. They might put a bounty on you, and if you survive, you get like XP, which all goes towards your battle pass. You get gold bars, which allows you to buy items from your NPCs on the map. And so there's additional quests that you get outside of the battle or outside of the matches that are like for the NPCs so that you can do them in the match. So it's like this whole thing of like there's just so many ways to get XP, which is nice because like everybody wants these items. So they do find a good way to reward you. You can do like I think when I played all they really had was like squads or I think duos maybe and then solo. They have trios now, so you can do trios. They've really copied a lot of like what Apex is doing and like being able to like reboot your teammate or like revive them in a way. So you pick up their revive card and you go to this van and it reboots them, but instead of them like relaunching and parachuting down, they just relaunch out of the van.
Is
Which
that
is nice.
new? Like that revival mechanic?
It's pretty recent, I think. It's got to be
Okay.
like within the last couple updates for sure. I know you can tag stuff, but I don't use it. I don't really know how to do it, so I just haven't looked it up yet. But it's been fun. It's been fun. So recently they added which I guess it leaked the Kratos skin from God of War 2018, and it's a skin that you do have to purchase. It's not like on the battle pass. It's I think it's like 1,700 V-bucks, which translates to almost like $20, I think. Pretty close, maybe less, because it's like $8 for 1,000 V-bucks. So I don't know. The exchange rate is really odd. Basically, if I wanted to buy it, I would just need to spend $8 because I have 750 V-bucks just from the battle pass.
Okay.
But you can buy a pack that also comes with the axe as your pickaxe, which is cool, like the axe from the game. And I think it's got the guy. What was the guy's name? I'm trying to remember his name, but the guy that you wore that would talk to you and tell stories as you played through the game.
Mimir.
Yeah, so you can get him as your backpack item, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
And so I think it's interesting to be playing it on the Switch and then getting shot by Kratos, which is interesting. Because I thought I would never see something like that, but ever since they made it cross-platform, that's like now a possibility. Or crossplay, yeah, cross-platform, whatever. I don't know. The game's just it's fun. I mean, it can get kind of like sweaty if you're playing against like a really good team, but if I'm just playing it casually and I'm trying to just like complete the quests, sometimes like I've gotten some pretty good wins. I'd say I've probably won more matches in the last like couple weeks that I've played it than I have in the entire time that it's been out. So I feel like there's got to be some sort of like aim assist or something for people on console when you go up against people on keyboard and mouse.
Maybe there's just a influx of new people.
That too. It's got to be that because like I definitely don't think I've gotten better at the game. I don't think I've gotten worse at the game. I think maybe the game definitely feels slow compared to a lot of other shooters out there. Like especially when you take aim and shoot at somebody, like Apex is so fast. Apex Legends is so fast. It's insanely fast compared to something like Fortnite. And Even like PUBG. PUBG to me is incredibly fast compared to Fortnite. But I think what Fortnite does is I used to really hate the building aspect of it, and even though it's pretty annoying still, I think it it does add this new like strategic like portion to gunfights. And since I don't really build, I just kind of creep around what people are building around me, and I try to find like a strategic way to kind of use their own building to kill them, and it works a lot of the time, which is really nice. Or I just like hide and I'll creep around the buildings and I'll just watch them as they're just like, okay, this person is not building and trying to kill me. This is odd, because usually people are just trying to build against them. And I just wait for them to like
fight it.
I wait for them to give up and be like, well, I don't know where he went, and then as they come down I shoot them. So it's kind of like I'm the old man that's just like waiting them out. So it's just really funny.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just something fun to play on the Switch here and there. But I've been having a good time with it. It's
Oh, you're playing on the Switch. That's why.
Well, I play it on Switch and I play it on PS4, so it just depends. But mostly I've been playing on Switch, and that's where I get my easy wins. Easy wins.
Oh yeah.
Easy wins.
I want to check it out since they added. I mean, I don't think I've played it since we played it.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
And that was
Man,
a long time ago.
If you want a chance to like check it out and actually have some fun with it, I recommend downloading it on Switch and just playing it there.
I'm not playing that on my Switch.
All right, put it on PS4. We'll play it. I'll play it with you.
No, I download on PC because they got ray tracing, man. I'm gonna look at the ray tracing.
Do that too, then. It's cross-play, dude.
I know.
We'll play together.
I have to remember my login.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no, I don't, because the Epic Game Store is on my PC. We're good.
Yeah. Actually, what's funny is when it asks me for my login anywhere, I just use my PS4 login and it automatically logs me in, even when I'm on Switch.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah. I'll just cover my Diablo thing really quick because it's like the last thing I really played.
Sure.
So last week I had mainly, I think, talked about I started season 22 and I'd maybe been through like maybe act 2 or 3. I completed all 5 acts of Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. And then I went back through and did all the adventures and bounties. So I completed all 5 acts in like one sitting, which took me about like 2.5 hours. And then I went through and did a few of the Nibelheim rifts, which just gets you like way better items. But I'm still not level 70, which is where you get to do there's like other rifts you get to do. And that's where you really get to kind of like get the better and best items in the game. But I think I'm like just about done because I'm like tired of playing it because I'm like, okay, this is just me clicking a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of fun. I think I played as a Crusader, which I've never played as that class. And the only thing it's really done is like hype me up for Diablo 4. I'm just like, I just want a new Diablo.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Like, I just can't wait. Like this game was like all right, but it's just nothing compared to like what kind of game I want from Diablo. Like what I want from Diablo. I just want it to be so much more hardcore and like much more old school to what we saw from like Diablo 2.
Yeah. I want that Diablo 2 remaster. Oh, God. I want that more than 4, to be honest.
Yeah. 4 looks pretty cool too, but if it's just 3, it just feels like a game that's not even Diablo, to be honest.
It is Diablo. Like, it's very much Diablo, but they made it so actiony and fast in a way that doesn't feel like Diablo.
It definitely feels very much like Path of Exile when I play it because it's so fast.
It's very fast. It's very reaction, where not like quick reaction times, but where you do something and that causes another explosion, and this spell triggers this thing, and it's just kind of a Rube Goldberg kind of combat system.
Yeah. Very awesome.
I really like. There's a lot to love about Diablo 3, though. I will say that.
I do. It's just very familiar to me. Like, it's a comforting game.
Right.
Like, I can go back to it and run through that story so quickly, and I like all the characters from it. I just think, like, I'm just tired of it. I'm just like, it's been out so long. I'm ready for a new one. Been on, like, every console. 20 years?
Yeah, wasn't it on PS3?
It's on PS3, PS4.
Huh.
They're probably going to remaster for PS5. I don't know. Who knows?
We'll see about that.
We'll see about that. Probably not.
We'll see.
But yeah, that's it for me. I don't really have. I've played other stuff, but like very little of anything.
Right. The only other thing I played is Mario Maker 2, continuing that, the single player portion. I really like 2D Mario. It is a lot of fun. And they do a great job with Mario Maker 2. That campaign is fun. It has cute little, because you're rebuilding the castle. I forget what happened because I started this game when it came out and then I don't remember. So the castle was destroyed and you're rebuilding it. And
Okay.
you do levels and get coins. And there's also these other levels along the side where like this weird eraser thing from the UI, he's there and he gives you a quest, and then you do that level and he erases a block, and now you can go to another place on that little map you can walk around. It's cute. It has a lot of the Mario stylings in that, and the levels are fun. The further you get in, the more, I guess, the less, I guess I just walk to the end. Okay, fine. It's not super challenging if you've played a ton of Mario Maker. I still really like it though. I do enjoy Mario Maker quite a bit.
When are the streams coming back, man?
Oh, not for Mario Maker. They really fucked that game over. Like, it had better online features on the Wii U, which is just, ugh.
Which is crazy to say.
It's great. I mean, they had a bookmark feature. It had like a website for it, so you could do it there. And Mario Maker 2 just dropped so many balls. The streams may return, but not with Mario Maker.
Fortnite, we'll do a Fortnite crew. It'll be so great.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Where we
Well,
drop
that's
in.
also probably not gonna happen.
We should find something to play together though. It'd be fun.
I'll play Fortnite with you, but I'm not gonna stream it.
Yeah, it's definitely not a great game to stream either, but
I mean, unless you just want it to be Ben's real bad at Fortnite, which is fine. But like, oh, you can do this now? I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all it's gonna be.
I mean,
And that's
there's
it.
other
I haven't
games.
played anything else. I don't think I played any Yakuza. It's just been Immortals. That's been it. Nothing else.
I'm probably gonna start playing Dragon Quest 11 now that I downloaded it because it's Dragon Quest 11 Definitive. Wait,
Right.
how does that title go?
Wait, here you go. Here you go. Dragon Quest 11 S. Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition.
Good God.
I think that's it.
Good God. But I downloaded it on PC, so I'm gonna start
Oh
playing it.
yeah. I want to know if I can import my save into it, but I doubt it.
From Xbox?
No, I played it on PC,
Oh.
but not the Definitive Edition.
Oh,
But it probably
I
adds
don't
too much
know.
crap.
Yeah, I don't know.
Played
If-
like 40, 50 hours of it.
I downloaded it from Game Pass, and it came with like 3 special items, I think. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I saw it on there, and I was like, "What the fuck? Okay, cool. Downloading it." And
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so
It's really good. I really liked it a lot.
I did download Need for Speed Heat, and I did the tutorial. I just haven't played enough of it to like really talk about it. It was pretty cool. I like the start of it. I'm just like, I didn't touch the Xbox very much. I played a little more Doom, and then like I got to a boss that glitched out on me 3 times.
What?
3 times, and I just turned it off. I was like, "Fuck you, Doom."
What does
Fuck
that
you.
mean?
Like, so it's this one. It's I'm trying to remember what it is. It's this boss battle that has kind of 2. Is it a boss battle? It's like a arena basically,
Sure.
and it's got 2 phases. One where you're inside, and then the next phase you're outside, and it's 2 of them. And it's like he's got like, I think, spider legs, kind of. I'm trying to describe it.
Oh, and he like floats around?
I think he floats around. Yeah, he shoots I think he shoots missiles. They're like tracker missiles. And
Is it the guy where you're supposed to shoot him with plasma
Yeah.
to break his thing? Yeah, okay, I know. He becomes just like a dude who fight, but yeah.
Yeah, so he does. So you fight 2 of them outside, and the first time one of him got stuck, and I killed it, and then the second one launched me up in the air, and I fell all the way down and got under the map.
Oh, that's a good place.
So, and then I just kept falling deeper and deeper as I tried jumping back up. So then I had to reload my checkpoint. And then this time, as I got them both out, like I got them both down to their second phase, and I was whooping their ass, dude. And then one of them glitched into a wall, and I couldn't kill him anymore.
Huh.
So then I was like, okay. Like, I was like, this is it. If something else happens this time, I'm done for a little bit. And I start it, and they're both somehow underground. They were shooting me and hitting me, but I couldn't find them. Like, they were just gone. And I was like, what is going on? So I don't know if,
This game
like...
sucks.
So I figured the next time I play it, maybe it won't be glitched or something, but I just, like, I had no idea what was going on with it. I was getting so mad.
That sucks. I feel like this is just console. Consoles suck. Boo consoles.
Yeah, other than that, I haven't really had any other problems with the game. So this could just be like where they're appearing, so where they're loading in. So I'll give it another shot of like in a couple of days or something.
That checkpoint might be messed up.
It could be that too. I might have to go back another save and just redo from the beginning, which isn't that bad because now that I know how to kill him, it's a little bit easier. But
yeah.
I had just gotten to that point where I was like, oh man, I can just get through this part and then move on to the next. So.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right.
But yeah, that's all I've got.
And that's it for me.
That's it. And that might be it for us. Ben, any last things you want to talk about? Anything you want to go over?
No, very excited for Cyberpunk, the Game Awards next week.
Yeah, me too.
On the same day.
Same day. That's crazy. Yeah, nobody's going to be watching
And the Game Awards they're 4 hours.
God. Well, by the time that 45 gig patch, or I think there's another one. There's supposed to be a few patches for Cyberpunk the day I think it comes out, right?
Not if you preload it.
That's right. Make sure you preload.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
Got to finish Immortals first.
Good Lord. Anyways, that's going to be it for us this week on Final Checkpoint. Thanks again for all the listens, all the follows, all the shares, all the subscriptions. And of course, if you haven't yet, we would appreciate your subscription on any podcast feeds where we're available. We would also appreciate you guys being here live with us to check out all the craziness that goes on while we're recording live on twitch.tv/Checkpoint, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or daylight, whatever savings portion of the world we're in. You can also be part of the show. You can also suggest topics. You can submit questions, comments, concerns. You can ask us any questions or any thoughts, anything like that by submitting emails. finalcheckpointpod@gmail.com. You can also submit questions in the chat while we're streaming live. We'll answer them at the end of the show. And of course, you can find us over at thegamefanatics.com. So head on over.
Yay.
And of course, you can find us over on Twitter at the Joelness, at Ben Runnings. That is it for us this week. We will catch you guys next week. Goodbye.